Over West Side, everybody know everybody, right? I got nothing but love in my heart for West Side niggas, nothing but love.
Live from Detroit, live from Detroit, live
yeah. Pink suits with hats to match, big crocodiles and Cadillacs. You looking for the fattest sacks? This is where it's at. Windows tinted, seats fully reclined. Keep your hands on the burner, cause niggas know that it's money on our mind.
Yo, what up, though? It's your man Jay Johnson, aka the tinfoil hat titan, aka the conspiracy realist, aka the technology snob, Steve Jobs Jr. Don't text me with your green bubbles, aka I only debate my equals, everybody else I teach. Also known as Juice, cause all the hoes say J.U. Ice, Young Caesar, cause you know you can't run without me, Mister. If you don't like me, fight me. I got kicked out of Noah's Ark because they couldn't find another animal just like me, aka the West Side T'Challa, the new leader of Wakanda. Don't debate me, debate your mama. I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What up?
What up, doing? It's your man Dame Gone Wild, the West Side Landlord, the Pride of PA, High Chief Dame Don't Fuck Around, the Liquor Store Legend, the Corner Store Conquistador, your mama's favorite Dame, and the David Ruffin of the Shop Talk Podcast, because you know who the fuck they came to see. Not you, Otis. It's no better than these four letters. Thank God for Dame. And if you speaking on Dame, you better say it nice. And if you don't put the boss in front, then bitch, you not saying it right. It's the honorable Judge Boss Dame and this bitch all rise. I am a motherfucking black belt. And if you hearing this, it's time for the motherfucking Kumite. Let's go.
Welcome
Bitch
back.
ass niggas.
Shop Talk Podcast, episode 456.
On you hoes.
Man, I'm just looking. I got this scratch right here, this scar right here. Man, I was at the shooting range, outdoor shooting range, and I was shooting my uncle. God bless, he passed away early in COVID before we kind of knew what it was. But I was at the shooting range with him, and this big ass rifle, and I shot, and I was too close to the scope, and that motherfucker kicked back and hit me in my fucking face, and that shit instantly started bleeding, dog. I had a picture of that shit, but that shit, that was like 2019, like yeah, that shit fucked me up.
2019, as in like what, 6 years ago?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's so crazy because I'm watching the video intro of the pod, and we was at our 200th episode in 2020. That was 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I was looking at them pictures. We need to do like a photo shoot. We don't have like no recent pictures together.
I don't even have pictures of myself. Like
But
it
I'm
be
saying,
so
like, we need.
difficult. No, I agree with you, but like it be so difficult for like I don't have a like I have video of myself and I'll do like a screen grab or whatever. But yeah, we definitely gotta get some shit cracking. Is there a
You know what's funny when
is there a balloon in your living room?
Yes, it is a balloon in my living room.
The shadow is going across the wall. I'm like,
I see. Yeah, I can see it now.
what you got going on over here?
Yeah, it's a balloon in my living room. You know what I was beyond? Yeah, just a photo shoot because you know how niggas be posting like, oh, my top January photos. Like nigga, I don't take enough pictures of myself in a month to participate in no shit like that. The top January photos. I might have one this far this year. I don't have no picture of myself.
Yeah. I don't really have pictures of me. I'm always got a phone or I got video of myself and in various different things. But
Yeah.
I gotta do something about that. Yeah, we can set something up.
Yeah, man.
In the event, how was your week, my brother?
Man, it was a trying week. Going I just got some real life shit going on and some real dad shit, man. Something disappointing happened with one of the kids, and I ain't gonna put their business out there, but I had to have like a real tough talk dad moment, and you ain't it was with my oldest son, and like you ain't no kid. Like we gotta some shit happened, we fucked up, now we gotta deal with it. And it's disappointing for me. It's disappointing to see him go through with it. But like this gonna be his turning point. Either he gonna overcome it or he gonna let this shit knock him off his square. I'm a I'm gonna sit down with him, kind of give him some game. I got a plan in mind that I think we can do to, make sure he at where he need to be, but ultimately it's his decision. So, I just had to take my hands off of it as like the, involved parent and just like be dad that just gives like I'm an advisor now. So I just got all I can do is just give him the game.
Man, don't let that nigga fail. He don't got an opportunity to let overcome it or let him whatever. No, man, we only got one opportunity, and that's to
Yeah,
overcome shit.
no, it's not that I'm going to let him fail, but like he got to make some tough decisions for himself. I can't make him for him. He got to figure that part out.
Yeah,
Now, I'm not going to let him just, fuck the fuck up, but like it is some decisions and some action that he got to take, just some accountability for. He just got to be a man about.
yeah,
So,
I get it, man.
I also want to. Me and Curve have been having, I don't know, few more interactions lately. I didn't know Curve had had the sense of humor that God has blessed him with. The more you talk to him, he's kind of funny, and it rubs off on his family. His wife got a little sassy humor to her too.
You know
But
what is, man? I think that Curve makes um a concerted effort to be a nice guy. And I think sometimes you done got to the nigga and he like, I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna tell you how, let me tell you how I really feel. Every once in a while, like, all right, nigga, don't forget I'm from Flint.
I got a special way of stepping on people's nerves sometimes in a way that only I can do.
Yeah, for
Uh, Curve gave me a new nickname, Bam Bam Nigolo, this week.
oh shit, that's funny.
I told him I'm gonna figure out some way to incorporate that into the intro, Bam Bam Nigolo.
That
But
sounds like a Cheyenne name for you. Like that's Cheyenne level creative for sure.
you know what?
Why you was telling me about your situation that you had with your oldest and like him having to make a decision or whatever. This is what came to mind, and I couldn't find it quick enough, but I'm gonna play it anyway.
I can tell you how to do it. I can show you how to do it, but I can't get it for you.
Right.
I can't learn for you. I can't get the concept for you. You have to get it for yourself. And
I can give you the game. I can show you how to do it. You gotta do it for you, man. But I ain't gonna let him fuck up. He don't know dad got some shit in the works for him. I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna help him out.
Yeah. Anywho, go back to what you were just saying before. You said something about Curry.
Yeah, Bam Bam Nigolo. And then like so I want to give a shout out. I will give a shout out to both Cheyenne and Verge today because they said some shit in the group chat that snapped me back to life. I
I
was gonna
never
go
listened
off
to
the.
that shit either. I've never listened to it, by the way. I don't
You
know
never
what
listened to the voice message?
I don't know what you said. I wasn't gonna listen to it. I was gonna let you get it off on the pod. I wanted to be truly shocked. So if you do want to get it off, just know that you can get it off and it'll be the first time I'm hearing it.
Okay, no, Verge kind of taught me. Verge and Cheyenne kind of taught me off the ledge a little bit. And I didn't like the stance you was taking neither. For you not to listen to it, I didn't like I just want you to blindly be like, yeah, that's my man's. Regardless,
Can't
I
do
just want you to blindly do it.
it. Mm-mm.
That's what I want from you.
No,
And you wouldn't do that.
not
And
with
you wouldn't do that for
not
me.
with this not with the week that we'll talk about. Not with the week that we've had this week. It's been a very trying week for a lot of people, a lot of families. Like that's not that's you gotta read the room.
I know. And when you said read the room, I thought a little bit more. That's what crossed my mind with the hot button topics and what we kind of been talking about.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I'll say that for another week. 'Cause- So just to give some backstory, or I went on a rant in our group chat. It's probably a little rude, but I
I'm,
tested out.
I'm gonna go back
I,
and listen. No,
I test it out in the group chat sometimes before I say shit out in the public, because sometimes I just go too far. So a few weeks ago, I was with a friend of mine, and me and her were sitting and talking, and I went on a rant about women, and it wasn't a nice rant. In the company of a nice, like, regular, you know, woman. She work hard, she take care of herself, a good woman. And I went on a rant about something that I felt with women.
Who
Now
hurt,
my huh?
who hurt you?
Nobody's hurt me. I'm impenetrable. Now, this week, the topic came up again, and she was like, "You were right. I was right about what I went on a rant about, but my rant was like really, really fucking mean and probably very sexist to say in the company of a woman." So I felt like I was going in that direction again in today's group chat, and I just want to thank Cheyenne and Verd. Cheyenne really kind of, I know she didn't mean to hurt. It wasn't like she said something to hurt my feelings, but she did make a very valid point. And then Virgil made a real good point too. So I just said, this week, I keep it to myself. Now I may be feeling differently next week, but this week I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Um, when niggas start asking questions, I'm like, oh, that's when you should know. When you say something and no niggas don't respond, they all respond with questions. Let me read this. So I'm not gonna go through what it's about. So
Yeah.
I got some mean shit to say about women. May say it on Shop Talk, but I'm thinking about trying to hear first. Oh God, dang, what is it? Then you leave a 41-second message and then a 34-second message. And then Dave, I mean, Ver's like, Dame, did you say this to blah, 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 that you blah, blah, blah? And he was like,
Yes.
never. Oh, so you said that to somebody? I don't know what you said, so I don't.
Yes, it was me.
Okay.
It was me.
No one's gonna. You made the statement, and I was like, "Is that what you wanted to say on the podcast?" And you was like, "If the spirit moves me, Jason." Like, have at it, but you got to read the room. So I'm like, dang, what must be bored today. Sometimes this week actually. So he goes on a day. I am the room. I'm like, you can have that segment all to yourself. I'll be totally quiet.
And this is what I want you to like blindly be like, but you my man's. Dude, whose man's is this? That's when I want you to like put that into effect.
You whose mess is this? Depending on what it was.
I don't want you to go against me. I just want you to support me. Just support me blindly.
All I know,
Whatever I say.
Dame, I said you didn't even stand on when you said that women not funny and niggas got on your fucking head. You deleted the tweet, about to delete your account, so you wasn't gonna stand on this. Yeah.
I'm standing on business and bullshit all 2025. You can believe that. If it's some bullshit I said, I'm standing on it.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I just want you to blindly stand by me for once.
I don't blindly stand by anything.
Just for once, Jason. Like, be my partner.
We are partners.
But like, if the ship sinks,
but I am also a man, and a man got to hold other men accountable.
Well, everybody held me accountable in the group chat, so the world will never know this week what came. Yeah, this week what came up.
You know what? A better place for that rent may be a power hour on Sunday,
on the Lord's Day. You're right. You're right. It's a different
Saturday, the Sabbath.
It is,
but the devil has it doing it on Sunday.
And we got a little bit of a different audience on the power hour.
Yeah.
I said some bad things this last power hour too.
Why you hate women so much?
I don't hate women. I love women.
Are you sure?
I love women. I am sure.
But like, why are you sure? Like, what? Like, I don't understand.
I'm going to therapy. I love women. I'm getting help.
He's going to therapy. I said, why are you sure that you love women?
Because I know I do.
All right, maybe having.
That's the best answer I can give you. I just had some spicy takes.
So you got, believe me, bro. That's your proof. Believe me, bro.
I had some spicy takes the last few weeks because I seen shit on social media, and I've been in a couple situations. Now, maybe some of those situations were self-induced. Self-inflicted. Maybe I did some things to egg some bullshit on. That could be a possibility. While I don't think it is,
You
it
don't
could
think
be a
that's the case.
possibility.
You always talk off these crazy stories with "I was wrong, I may have did this." Like that's how you start the story off.
I just feel like I'm not all the way responsible. It's always more than one person in the story. And
Mm.
sometimes people say and do shit that provokes you.
Hey, listen, man. I saw a quote today that is fitting. Um, don't blame the distraction. Better your focus. It's always gonna be something.
I saw a quote this week too I like to share. The dildo of life rarely comes lubricated. Do what you want with these antidotes.
Yeah,
Help them govern your weekend
yeah. Govern yourself accordingly.
accordingly.
Who said?
I, that they say that in church when they read the
Oh,
announcements.
my mama read the announcements at church, and she did not say that. But
Never.
she was the announcement person. You know what I'm saying?
Every Sunday?
Yeah, she did the announcements every
Okay.
day. Um, you know,
They used to let
we was royalty. You feel me? We was really connected in at Spring Hill Missionary Baptist Church.
me do some stuff on Sundays every now and again. But
I
I
was
had some really strong opinions.
I was a youth usher. You know, I think youth ushers we was like on fourth Sundays. You know what I'm saying?
You wear
And
the white gloves?
I don't remember. I think so.
Okay.
But like you didn't when you was an usher, you ain't have to sit with your family. You ain't have to like participate in church. Really, you could be out.
Cause you working. Cause you
Yeah.
working.
But
You a floater.
really, we was upstairs, like just chilling and shit until we look at that clock. Oh shit, we got to go do. That's probably not a good story, but whatever.
Yeah, you was working. That's different.
Yeah.
But you're not an usher if you don't wear no white gloves.
I'm fairly sure we had gloves though.
And one hand behind your back.
Of course, you know what I'm saying.
Okay. Teach
Shit,
you the proper way.
I was an usher, was in a choir. You know what I'm saying. We did it all.
Jason
Anywho,
had a nice and Jason had very good parents.
I did have really good
Mhm.
parents. You know what I'm saying. My parents were Sunday school teachers. My father was a Sunday school superintendent. You feel me? Everybody
That-
liked coming to my either my mom's class or my dad's class. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
When I think about shit back like that, I'm like, man, this is crazy. Cause like these was my parents, and like we was wilding out. Sometimes they just had no clue.
When you had kids, do you plan on like, raising them in the church and all that? Like, is that something that you want to do?
If I can, yeah, I'm gonna raise them knowing God and knowing that their Lord and Savior is Jesus Christ, and I would have to find a good church home. But they could
Okay.
definitely go 100% be raised knowing who God is for sure.
That's what's up, man. I want you to get married. I want you to start a family, and I want you to have at least 3 children.
I think I'm a little too old to have 3 children at this present moment. But 1, 2 tops.
I think you can squeeze out 3. Think you can squeeze out 3. That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
This is my opinion.
I don't want 3 kids.
Okay. I just want that for you.
Yeah, most of the men most of the people in my family, they got 2 kids, and it's usually 2 of the same, 2 boys, 2 girls, so on and so forth.
Do you ever wonder about that? Like what you're gonna have, or do you have, besides the child being healthy and strong and all of that, do you ever have a preference? Like you a girl dad, or you want a mix? You
I
want
made up
sons?
I made up my mind today that or this week, yesterday, today. I do not want a daughter. I don't think I can take it. This world is cruel. This world is full with evil men and predators, and I don't like. It's tough. I do not envy all of my male friends or friends in general with the daughters. Man, it's been a particularly trying week for a lot of stuff, man. And I'm like, man. I mean, it's a different set of circumstances when you have a son. I mean, it's not like an easier job, but man, having,
Still a lot of pitfalls. People definitely prey on young boys.
yeah, man,
Uh,
it's crazy.
but
Yeah.
but girls are a different breed, man. That's something that always is in the front of my mind when it comes to me think, oh, you know what? I did go out to dinner with my daughters last week. since their birthdays are like right after Christmas,
Yeah.
we had a little birthday dinner together. And now that they are getting older, you say sometimes kids hear things, or you may say things around them in passing, and you don't think they're paying attention. Man, my oldest girl like held my feet to the fire over dinner and had like some really tough questions about some things she had heard about with my life, and she needed like some explanation. And I found myself like explaining myself and my choices and actions to my children, and it was
I mean, she got to ask those questions because she gonna model the type of man that she wants or don't want based upon who her father is, and she got to
yeah.
understand like whatever the questions were, like why'd you do this type of thing.
Yeah, and that's really what it was. And like, you know how we was talking last week, like we don't know, we see shit on TV and that's what we think it is. She asked me something about like me going to jail once. Like, was it similar to something that she saw on TV? And I'm like, no, it's nothing like that. Like, it's it's cold, it's loud, it smell like piss. Like, it's not like some
There's
cool
bathroom
place.
treatments, you know,
Yeah.
like
Guards will beat your ass. Other inmates will beat your ass. Like, it's not the shit that you see on TV.
and the
It's not where you want to go.
niggas who work down there live in the city of Detroit, so it's just a regular West Side nigga down there, and you talking shit to him like I won't beat the fuck out you on my break or something like.
And I was trying to explain to her, like, in Wayne County lockup, this nigga's down there for child support and tickets, and this motherfucker's down there for murder that's never coming home. Like, it's just a bunch of niggas in the lockup.
Yeah, it's
So just tell.
mm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said there's two whole ass niggas down there. One, a year ago, like a day or so ago, on the day of his sentencing, or the day he was they gave him new charges. He he's a pedophile, a convicted pedophile who was out there on the streets, and a young girl disappeared. They have still have not found her body, but they charged him with the murder a year after she was a year to the anniversary where she was missing. The judge, God bless her soul, Detroit native, Renaissance High School graduate, from my understanding, and she read them niggas for filth. She first addressed the disgustingness of this whole situation and everybody who failed that young girl, and she called them out by name. Every single person who failed that person, from the mother to the father to the grandmother to the friends to the aunts, every single person, and then
The school
specifically
too.
and the school, and then specifically said how you failed. And oh man, it's just heartbreaking, man, because the girl was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
11, between 11 and 13 during the whole thing, man. It's just disgusting, man. And I'm never reading those text messages, but when the trial was going on, people were like, Jason, you would never believe the type of shit that this grown man and the young girl was responding back to. What is this? Like, what is this? And
So for people, I think you should give a little backstory to people that don't know, because they listening everywhere.
young girl didn't make it home from school. The last picture of her was on a bus, and the whole world was, so everybody was looking for her for months on end. And then in the summertime, they arrested somebody, and they beat him the fuck up too when they found him. Because when he got arraigned, he was kind of beat up. He was found him hiding in Southwest Detroit. He should have got beat the fuck up. And what the judge says she believes happening, based upon the text messages, he got this little girl pregnant, and he searched online how to do a home abortion and try to do one himself, and fucked up and end up killing her because he fucked up. or whatever. And it's fucking vile. It's disgusting. That little girl was failed at every which way. The girl didn't have a chance, man. It's really sick. And it really shakes you to the core. The girl didn't come home from school, and the grandmother was like, "All right, I'll wait till tomorrow to fill out a report, see if she come home tonight." What, nigga?
When you
11
when you
or a
th-
12-year-old and don't make it home that night, and you like, well, I don't know. I'll wait down. I'll go down there in the morning, maybe. Like what?
what bothers me about that is like these kids out of school between 2:30 and 3:30. So on average, let's say she out of school at 3:30, she taking the bus. By about 4:30, she should be home. If you're taking the bus from school, nigga, 4:45. Like I'm tripping. Like where the fuck is my child? There's no way I could. One of my kids doesn't come home at the normal time, and I'm gonna be able to go to sleep to deal with some shit the next day. I'm calling the school. I'm going to the police station. I'm calling all their friends. Shit, I'm going by their friends' houses to see where this child is at. And the thing about it, like how I really look at it, like my school age children, that location shit is on the phones 24 hours, 24/7. I need to know where you at. And anytime some shit I see that's awry, I'm calling a other parent. Like we gotta figure this shit out. I don't even understand that thought process about somebody you love. Now, I heard during the trial that the grandmother was also responsible for watching, I believe they said 6 or 7 kids at a time,
Yeah.
were over grandma's house and in her care. And I'm sure that's overwhelming. But then, like you said, I'm not gonna just jump all over it right now. There's a lot of people that failed her in this situation. Why was she over there? Where are the parents? In the trial, we found out that the auntie knew full well that this man that she was dating and laying up with was also having sex with her niece. The school allegedly, the young girl was about 5 months pregnant, and nobody knew.
And that day that she turned up missing, went to the counselor and wanted to have a conversation, but the counselor wasn't there or whoever. No one basically met the girl, and then she was never seen again. So the guy knew she was pregnant, and he was trying
Yeah.
to do something about it, and she probably was afraid that he would do something about it. And she trying to get to a counselor and failed her. Like these one of them gigs where you don't get a chance to have a bad day when you're dealing with children and you're dealing with these adult situations. I don't understand it. I don't have children in the school system. I have no idea why school starts so early and gets out so early. Like why would children be going home at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon? Like why? Who works that shift? Who is home at 2 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock to get to pick up a kid from school? I don't understand it. Does it make sense to you?
Never has, and it's hella inconvenient. Because, like you say, nobody is free in the middle of the day, and everybody got kids. Like we all dealing with the same dilemma. If you're not free, then you are in, either you relying on friends, family, or then you paying additional for latchkey. And this is if school just maybe started, I don't know, just let out maybe an hour or so later, it'd be convenient for a lot of parents.
Or school stays open an extra 3 hours and it's a uninterrupted study hall. You feel me? Because maybe some kids can't actually do work at school. I mean, work at home because they don't live in an environment that's the thing. Maybe I don't have a computer. I don't have internet access. You already know all these children. A lot of the children, depending on what the school is for sure, have nowhere to go. The parents can't afford to go pay another latchkey service. Why wouldn't they just stay in that same building? Like it just seemed like it makes so much sense. It's
Then it'll
already
be more.
a location. It's already the building is physically able to handle these. Like I don't understand. Don't go to
It'd be
school.
more. It'd be more money. That's all. It comes down to a financial decision, in my opinion. It'd be more
So it's
money.
not worth it. What's not worth it?
I'm not saying that it's not worth it, but things are so tight budgetary wise, and they cutting programs and shit out of schools damn near every day. They're
So,
not going.
so are the elected officials who promised that all those casinos, some of this money is going to the schools, all these fucking lottos and mega millions and everything, all this money is going to the schools. Like, what the fuck, man? 3 hours? Like, the building is the building. You don't like, what the fuck, man? It seemed like it'd be a much cheaper endeavor to just pay the money and keep them kids in school versus all the trouble and mischief that happens after school hours when they out and about committing crimes or physically
Unless,
losing their everything. Like,
unless you in some type of after school program or sports, you are typically left to your own devices. And an idle mind is a devil's playground. And unfortunately, uh, this young lady was left to her own devices and in the hands of people that didn't have her heart or best interest in mind. Not everybody is equipped to be a parent, and not everybody should be a parent. It's the most daunting task in my life, but it's a responsibility that I wouldn't give to anyone else. I love my children beyond measure, and I would go to the ends of the earths for them. When I was talking about you know, uh, going out to dinner with my daughters last week. A situation came up, and I was very honest with my daughter that I caught a possession charge at one time, possession of marijuana. When I got flicked, and this was before marijuana was legal here in Michigan. And she was like, "Were you?" She asked me just point blank, like, "Were you selling drugs or something?" I was like, "Nah, I've never sold drugs in my life, and I don't want to even try to portray that type of character about myself." But she was like, "What would you do for us? Like, if you had to, would you?" And I had to look her in the face and like, I would do anything. I would do anything for you all. Anything to protect you, and anything I can do to provide for you. And when I just think about like that love and that dedication that I have to my children, and most of the people that I know with children have that type of love and dedication for their children, I couldn't imagine it being any other way for me. And I don't see why people like, why don't you feel that way about something that came from you? When I know niggas is like, I don't hang with no deadbeat dad type niggas. Like we don't. That's just not something I associate with. Now I ain't saying every nigga is a motherfucking 5-star father, but at least when the children look back on the pages of their lives, they'll be able to see that their father was there. And everybody may not, their level of parenting may be different, but like what in your spirit, what in your heart causes you to be a deadbeat to the point that you don't care about something that you made is living, breathing, needs your support, love, help, and guidance, and you just not there for them. I don't understand that level of thinking. I don't get it.
I don't understand it either, man. But we got to get some good old fashioned social justice. And what I mean by social justice, I ain't talking about no internet shit. I'm talking about we need to drag these niggas in the streets and stone them. Like, maybe you're gonna be a pedophile in your brain for your whole life. Maybe you can't stop that in your brain. But the next time you think about touching a kid, think about that last nigga that we dropped a brick or a boulder on his fucking head and see if you want that shit to happen to you. So keep your fucking hands to yourself.
The baby needed somebody there for her, just someone that cared enough to wrap their arms around her in that situation. And like you said, the judge read them the riot act of everybody that was not there for this young lady, and
Professional,
everybody,
though. She
yeah,
was super duper professional. You heard the pain and disgust in her voice, but like it wasn't like just somebody up there snapping their neck back and forth going off. Like this was measured. Um Man,
thought out,
yeah.
well thought out. And but she was right with every aspect. She was right with every aspect. Everybody dropped the ball in this young lady's life. And we used to I remember when I came up, I would always hear my mom and her friends always talk about like it takes a village to raise a child, and that's correct. I knew that, I may get something past my mother, but there was eyes all up and down my block with neighbors that spoke to each other and spoke to my mother and families that knew each other. And it literally takes people just to watch and care. I've talked about it before. Some kids that live down the street from me. When I get up to start warming my car up and take the dog out at 6:30, I see them walking to the bus stop. I'm already outside with the dog. I might as well stand there and wait and watch them to make sure that that bus come around the corner like it do every day at 6:40 to pick them kids up because they out there by themselves. And it's a cold, dangerous world. And people just don't have any care for one another. And unfortunately, it's a lot of monsters out here that just don't have that care for children. And young girls, more than anything, need the protection of the community because there are so many. I would never blame her for the position that she landed herself, that essentially ended up happening. But like this nigga was first of all, the predator was in the house. This monster had been grooming this young
That
girl.
wasn't
To,
supposed to be in the house, and the grandmother said no, he don't be there, but via text messages, you can tell he was always there, stealing
yeah,
undergarments. Like, oh man, it's tough, man. But it don't get no better because I don't know. That wasn't the only situation that happened. Um, a week ago or so, last Thursday, I initially saw a listener of the pod or a follower of the pod post that her niece was missing.
mhm.
And we need help. Last seen on this particular day at this address. This is her car. This is whole 9 yards. And I know the young lady or know of the young lady who posted it, her niece or whatever. And then I went to her page. I'm like, damn, we got so many friends in common. Like this, like a regular, like I could know this person. And,
Absolutely.
and 30 years old, mother of two, beautiful woman. And last seen location wise at her ex-boyfriend house.
That's
And
the last ping of her cell phone was at the
yeah,
ex-boyfriend's house.
which and apparently they say like she does hair or did hair out of apartment or out of the home, and he booked an appointment as if he was somebody else to get in contact with her. And who knows what happened, but it was a whole week. And we've been searching. The family was on it. Family been on it. Like day of, they knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
Like
They said she
almost
never
within,
she
what's
never
that?
without that cell phone.
Within like an hour when you want to respond back, they immediately knew something was up. And the whole ass nigga, the ex-boyfriend, got arrested this week. And
Found him hiding in Flint, Michigan, which is approximately an hour away from the Detroit metropolitan area.
and they say they charged him with like lying to basically halting up investigation. He got caught in some lies or whatever. And they found while he was in Flint, he was searching on the internet the quickest way to get to Ohio, what to do on the run, is blood traceable, how to get
How to
out,
beat a polygraph
how to
test.
beat a polygraph test. So clearly something has happened. And it's so fucking unfortunate, man, because I've seen this woman face up and down my timeline every single day since. And I will never comprehend. I will never understand like the thought process that goes behind shit like this, man. That woman has 2 children, whatever. And apparently he had already moved on to some white girl who also lived in Flint, who and the internet is saying that she was. I'm not gonna put the internet says look into her too. I'll say that. The internet is saying look into
Okay.
her too, for any sort of assistance. The police said they have evidence that a crime occurred. And I watched his bail hearing. They gave this nigga a bail. Like, I don't understand. They gave him a bail for like $250,000. I don't understand how you get a bail, my nigga. You was less than honorably discharged from the army for desertion. You a runner. You're a track
A
star.
coward. A coward.
That's the word. Like,
A coward.
you are a runner. You had flee 45 minutes to an hour away, looking up how do I get the fastest way to Ohio. Dumb nigga. What? Ohio? You gotta Google how to get to fucking Ohio? I'm glad you're that fucking stupid.
And there are parts of Ohio that you can get to quicker than you can get to motherfucking Flint, Michigan. You can be in Toledo in about 30 minutes.
Why you want to be the polygraph, my nigga?
Because the truth is gonna come out. And also with this young lady, they haven't found a body as of yet. And that gives the family really just no closure of where and what happened to their loved one. I know we don't need the gory details of what may have transpired, but like just not to even have that closure to properly bury their remains, to be able to mourn them one last time. And like you said, this is a mother of two. Like, what is this doing to her children? What is this doing to her family? Because these people love and care about their missing loved one. And this monster, last time I saw, was sitting in Macomb County Jail. And they showed him being charged last night. Like you said, he got a bond. I believe he's still in custody at this time, though. That he has not posted bond.
They asked for a $500,000 bond. The judge reduced it to $250,000, and if he do pay it, he has to wear a tether. They haven't found this young girl body yet, or haven't determined what have happened as of yet. Why would you give the person? It's clear they are flight risks, and they are a risk to the community. Because if we haven't found her, and we think you know something about that, you would have more opportunity or motive to go do something to her. If you were to get out on bail, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Or to go help hide other stuff. You should not have a bail, my nigga. I know, guilty to prove innocent. I mean, innocent until proved guilty. All that shit. But the risk.
No, you said it the right time. You said it the right way. Guilty until proven innocent.
It's too much. Well, fuck you. What? Off your search history alone, nigga, you involved. All the other shit out the window because you're not randomly searching that. You feel like, get the fuck out of here, dog.
Yeah.
Like, you can't move on, my nigga.
I just don't, I don't get. We talked about having daughters or just women in general. A lot of these niggas get so attached to a person or a situation or the ego and hurt feelings that they can't let this woman go without hurting her. When a motherfucker say some crazy shit like, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you, believe them niggas. Get you some help and put as much distance as possible. Find resources, call the police, tell somebody, because these niggas mean that shit in their heart. I've often had to have conversation with my daughter, especially when you and your friends is out. Look, don't be a victim because a nigga wants your number and is willing to hurt you. Get that nigga the number, block his ass soon as you get somewhere safe to yourself. Because phone number can be changed. I can't rewind time and get your life back. And it's unfortunate that niggas is out here losing like that.
It's unfortunate, man, where the children ain't safe and the adults ain't safe either. Like, what's really going on, man? Like, what's really going on? 30 years old. That's so young.
A young woman, barely into her life yet.
I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. But good old fashioned street justice. Put them niggas on the street around that family. They was deep as hell in that courtroom. Family, extended family. They said it's the Jefferson Chalmers family. I know that's the neighborhood where neighborhood grocery and everything is at over there. And that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's Farrell neighborhood too. You feel me? It's just tough, man. All week Jenny me and Jenny been looking at both these cases for a long time. You feel me? And all week I'm like, man, I hope they found her. And this was my hope. Like, I hope she was being a deadbeat and hopped on a flight and went on a cruise and was like, fuck them kids. I would want that to be the answer versus what we had. You know what I'm saying? Like, please give me give come on, man. That's not fair, man. That's not fair. I mean, I know so many women or just friends with, like, I can't even imagine like what's going through your brain when like a person I assume that you probably loved at one time is trying to I don't
hurt you. And the thing about it is, like, we talk about that community to raise a child. It takes a community for all of us to thrive. That social contract that we have amongst all of us. We should just I see all these nasty and ill opinions all day on social media, and I'm guilty because I participate in this shit as well. Not to the point of where I'm saying like we should do things to women, but like I want niggas to like what's the issue about us having a little bit more care and concern for one another? Where, you know, I'm at least a good person enough to know that, like, what, this shit didn't work. Maybe my feelings are hurt. Maybe I do feel, I didn't get what I was quote unquote owed from a situation, but I
I
can
mean,
also pick up my chin and move on.
what I found, it doesn't make it easier, but it's the best way. I just block you. I unfollow you. I block you. I don't want you reaching out to me. I don't need to reach out to you because I don't need the constant reminder. I don't need to, oh man, I don't need that shit. And I don't need it to happen to me either. We don't need to have no kind of contact. But I mean, even apparently that was the case, but this motherfucker found a way to book an appointment at somebody else just to pop up at the apartment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas is diabolical and niggas is too fucking stupid. This is 2024.
What you think would go ahead.
This 2024, my nigga. You gonna get caught. Point blank, period. You don't know how to get to fucking Ohio. You gonna get caught. Like, what could you possibly do? Where could you possibly go that you're not on a camera somewhere? That your phone ain't tracked you, or that another phone ain't tracked you. Like, no one knows. Like, what could you possibly do? Where could you possibly go that forensics won't? You're not smarter than the system. You're not. The only way that you can possibly get away with some shit if it's like random. There is no connection between you and the other person. There's no way that we can even stumble upon. Nigga, you the prime suspect, nigga. Immediately you the prime suspect. And they got to disprove you. Like, how'd you think you was going to get away with this?
It didn't. Niggas don't think shit like this through.
And when did you think that somebody would find something out? Because, like, I have 2 children. They need to. If I don't check on them within the next 35 minutes, it's like, yo, where mom at?
Yeah.
Like, how? Niggas is so weak and so emotional, man.
Not that I care what was going through his mind, but like when you showed up there, what you think she was gonna do? Be happy to see you? You thought the element of surprise was gonna work in your favor? Clearly she wanted some space between the two of you all, and that's one of the things that's so dangerous. A lot of us work or do whatever we do to earn money out of our home, not necessarily a storefront, or sometimes just trying to maximize the money that we bringing in. And sometimes you just don't you can't vet a nigga over Instagram. I remember this girl used to do my tattoos. Her name is Candy Coated. She currently works for like Lady L, uh, and but she used to do tattoos out of the crib. And I remember the first time she tattooed me, like I literally went over to her house and she tattooed me. And I asked her, I was like, "You don't think this is like somewhat dangerous?" And she was like, "Well, it is." But her thing at that time, she was like, I just don't tattoo anybody. And like she was like, I got it on my hip just in case, you want to get to tripping. I'm ready to protect myself. But like she's a petite woman in size, and I get that never in my mind would I have it crossed to like, well, I'm gonna jump her, I'm gonna take her money, or I'm gonna do something. But I just wanted the psyche behind that because essentially at this point, now she did several tattoos for me, but at one point I am just a
I'm
stranger. I'm a
stranger. You
nigga.
don't know me. You don't know if I'm
Yeah,
safe.
I'm a nigga reaching out on Instagram just to see if I can get my stomach tatted. So, it's just so dangerous for these ladies. And, unfortunately, like sometimes men we drop the ball when it comes to protecting women. We can all do a little bit more. And I'm not saying you got to put your life on the line for every woman, but like you see your neighbor coming in 12 in the morning, same time you getting in, or you coming out, like you can wait a couple seconds, make sure they get in the door okay, holding the door for somebody. It's just little things that I think that we all can do just a little bit better to care about one another, because that's what it literally comes down to, is just caring for someone besides yourself.
Yeah, man. The community um is supposed to protect each other, man. This is how it's supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? It's how it's supposed to work, and it's not been working this week, and that's so unfortunate, man. So prayers to everybody on the right side of this that's involved,
I'm
because
glad her family and community showed up in church. I mean, showed up in court. Just, if nothing more, as a show of solidarity and support to one another, to the family, just to show, even to the world and our local community when they're on the news, that this girl has support. She has people that love her and care about her and want her, God willing, to return home safely to her family and to her children.
and I pray for them two little boys, man, who who don't know where their mom is at right now, and everything that comes with that, because them two children are, well, honestly, it could be 2 3 generations of kids messed up over that. Because if I grew up differently now, with something going on with me because of what happened to my mom, and I have children, and maybe I don't, and like, we got to know that that butterfly effect is real. Like that one change, it has impacts on one generation, two generation. Who knows, man?
Hey, man, we barely out of the holiday season. We barely out of the holiday season. And this is how these
January
children
2nd, I think, was all this shit was going down.
and this is how these children are going to remember, you know, holiday, New Year time, unfortunately, for the rest of their lives. This one act has created so many broken people, due to the domino effect of violence and stupidity, unfortunately.
Mm. Man, have you been seeing what's been well? Clearly, you've been seeing what's going on with these fires, man.
Yeah, the fires in California, pretty much devastating and scorching the earth at this point. Caused by arson, is what I'm hearing.
Well, there are niggas out here randomly now, just out here lighting fires. So, like, I don't know if, who knows? I have no idea of how it started, but niggas are on caught on video just setting fires. Like, what do y'all? I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't understand. I can't even. I'm not even gonna act like I'm an expert or I know what's really going on. Is I have no idea what's going on, dog. This shit don't make no sense to me.
It doesn't make sense to me either. And then, I saw where like the insurance companies had canceled policies months ago on people, in the specific area, State Farm in particularly.
Yeah,
Uh, and a fire is so devastating. It's not like, some of these people aren't around to run in their house and get, the last of heirlooms. These fires are wiping everything out, all the way down to cars looking like shells. They showed the Palisades in California, and it looks like a war zone. It literally looks like a war zone. Cars and buildings and homes burnt to the ground. And like when you talk about reading a room earlier, people are not even reading the room with this shit. I seen a rapper shoot a video on set. I believe it's Nate Dogg's son is what the caption said.
Yeah, that's my whose man's is this week. It's like, what's wrong with this nigga, dog?
Out there shooting a video uh for a song that won't make a raindrop in the motherfucking Pacific Ocean, and like kind of trying to capitalize in some way on the despair that these people are going through.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can download this shit. This shit crazy. Well, because of these fires and things of that nature, a clip from within the last year from Vince Staples while he was on the Joe Budden podcast had surfaced, and he was like, "Y'all just bought a crib, and like you can't get house insurance depending on where you live at. Like it's not a thing." And unless you was grandfathered in or something, like we're just not insuring houses because the shit might burn down. We got too many forest fires and all other shit. Like we're not insuring houses. And then Lou Duval had posted it. He was like, I've been telling niggas like this shit. It's been going on in Florida for a while. So I guess depending on the area that you live in, if you are I don't know how true this is. This is some shit on the internet I saw. But like depending on where you live at, we're not insuring your house, my nigga. Like what? How do y'all mortgages work? Because I have to have insurance.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if the mortgage industry works to the point like, say you got a car and you don't keep insurance on it. The finance company will put insurance on it to protect them.
yeah,
Now, it ain't gonna help you if you get into an accident. And I wonder if that's what the mortgage companies are essentially doing out there.
I don't know, man.
Just we got enough insurance to protect our investment, but you and all your shit, best of luck.
If you out in Florida or California and if you have any experience in that, tap in and let us know, because I don't know how that shit work. Here's I just don't fucking know. And so a couple things happening. Fires are everywhere. Burnt embers allegedly are going from one place to another, starting fire. I've seen personally videos of people starting fires, but it's a video on the internet. Who knows what date it is, where that's location at. But allegedly right now, I'm watching a news segment from out there. Niggas are going up in houses that have been evacuated and breaking them into them and stealing shit. Like they're looting houses from areas that have been evacuated. And I guess they think like, well, nigga, this shit gonna burn down anyway. I might as well get me a flat screen TV or some shit like that. I don't know. But what is going on, man? Like
The world is literally burning.
what is going on? This video is processing. I'm about to show you. This was my whose man's of this, because get this nigga all the way the fuck up out of here. And read the room. Like it's really that fucking simple. The emotional intelligence about some people it's just not there. As soon as this shit finished processing, I'll press the button. But I don't know, man. Then you got, I remember a year or so ago when the other fires was happening, some people were saying, some conspiracies were saying that all the electric monitoring or the meters that was on the back of people's houses, which have lithium batteries, exploded and caused some of these fires. Cause like you got a block that's on fire, but like 3 houses on there never caught fire. Like, how's that? Like how can be fire, not fire, fire? Like, I don't know how that works. It's so much stuff. And we would never know. In 2025, with AI, there's no way that we can fucking know. Here's this video.
City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke. I still gotta smoke. City on fire, but I still gotta smoke.
While standing in front of burned down homes and burnt up cars. How'd a car burn up?
From the wildfire, Jason.
That's a city street. How did a car burn up?
Maybe there was a tree or a trash can or something on fire next to it. What's your conspiracy really about the car?
I've never seen a car when houses get burned down. I've never seen the car in the driveway burn up too.
Oh,
I burn shit in my backyard all the time in a metal gun. Like I don't. I don't know. That's weird that all those cars was burnt up. Cause like
I mean
how?
they got gas and fluids in them. Maybe they exploded.
Because the house was on fire. That the car parked in front of the house got set on fire.
Maybe the flame spread, Jay. That's the best I got. That's the best I can come
Have
up
you ever
with.
seen that in the history of fires here in the city of Detroit?
No, but I can't say I've stood in front of a lot of house fires and watched, that shit commence either. I can understand if it's in a driveway or like you got an attached garage and your car is inside of there. That makes a little bit more sense to me. But we don't live in a place where we get wildfires. I don't know how they spread. I don't know how they
Like
affect
the paint on
things.
the car was all the way off. Like, what is it to catch flames? You know what I'm saying?
Or it's just the heat from everything around it. If everything around you was on fire, you don't think that could have an effect on it?
I don't know. I'm just asking questions. That's weird.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
I do have a conspiracy or something that I've been thinking. If they stopped insuring homes, allegedly, it's like they wanted these people out of there. And we talking about a very affluent area of California where,
All of California
it's
now. Because
yeah, but it's not.
yeah, I get you though.
But it's going to take years to build that infrastructure back up. I wonder if there are resources under there, maybe like oil
I've also
or
seen the giant lasers come out the sky and burn some shit up too. That was just videos on the internet, sort of like in Hawaii when those fires came out of nowhere and burnt up a area that they wanted to do like redevelopment for. I know that, and that laser for whatever reason doesn't work on blue things. It burns everything except if it's blue. Have y'all seen these videos? Have you seen these videos when
I
they're
can't. This is my first time hearing about that. I don't like when you do that.
very strange?
I know it could be true. I know it could be some truth to it, but like when you surprise me with shit like that, I don't be liking it.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can find a video of what I was talking about. And
Of the lasers,
yeah, this came around about in a Hawaii video, and for some reason the lasers they don't work on blue things.
blue things being like the ocean, water.
Like if your roof was painted blue, your house didn't catch on fire. Like things that the top of them were blue, they didn't catch on fire. And then the gentleman he has like 4 or 5 different cloths and he's shooting a laser on them and it's burning them. But when they got to the blue one, be something about how the infrared or whatever that technology is, it don't burn blue. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. I'm trying to think about where that video was at. I don't know. I can't find it now.
I've never heard of anything like that. I mean, and I'm not doubting that it's true. I've just never heard of like a laser out of the sky burning some shit down.
I know, man. Should be crazy.
Could this be like, I don't know, warfare with one of our enemies, a foreshadowing of things to come with Trump being the president in what, 10 days or so?
Man, I don't think. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. You know what? This is why I'm glad that we doing this. We doing this virtual one today because guess what I can do? I can share my screen, present, share screen. Cool. We gonna share this screen. Boom. All right. What about this?
Set up, dog.
That's crazy, ain't it? That's
What
crazy.
is it shooting from? A cloud? Is there some type of ship in the air?
Um,
Is it a weather balloon?
laser not burning blue cloth. Oh, look at this. Oh, here go right here. Look at this. Not blue, not that blue cloth. Everything else. Ain't that crazy?
It's wild. I wonder what it is about blue.
Different wavelengths.
That is crazy.
Oh, so this is all the blue shit in Hawaii that didn't burn. I don't know, man. Who knows, man?
Dog, where do you be finding this shit at, dog? Like, I don't use the internet in the same fashion that you use the internet. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong.
And hopefully y'all watch the video. You feel me? Because if y'all watching the video, it's on there. But man, that should be crazy. And again, I don't know nothing. I'm not trying to tell you that that's what happened. I'm not trying to say that on some sly shit. And I'm really trying to say I literally have no idea what the fuck is going on. From forest fires to arson. I think someone allegedly started the last big California fire.
Why don't this shit ever come up in the algorithm of Shop Talk? Every time I look at that,
because you only look at ads and TVs on that page.
Wow, Jason, thanks for running me over with that bus.
I'm just saying, I don't really be on it. You feel me? When I go to that main page, I'm like, oh, this is Dame page for sure. And,
it's our page.
It's your
page. It's Shop Talk's page.
And I go to my page, then I go to my photography page, the studio page. All them shits look different. You feel me? They all got certain algorithms. You know, there's an algorithm reset that you can do. I'm
gonna do it.
Yeah, we should. You can reset it back to zero. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about Facebook saying they out of the censorship shit now? They're getting rid of the quote unquote fact checkers and going to community notes.
I don't think they ever had a place in it. You know, Facebook does it fall under the Second Amendment, freedom of speech, even if you're lying about some shit?
The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms.
Bear arms.
Yeah, First Amendment is freedom of speech. The first right we gave you was to say what you want, and then the second right we gave you was a gun to protect the first one. That's how it works. You feel me?
I don't understand.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The internet is such a wild place because, like, Facebook is more regulated. Is more of like a community. It's policed differently. Still social media, but it's policed differently, and even people act differently on Facebook. You take that shit right on over to X. I can see a midget booty hole right now. I have to be careful where I open up X in public because it's a free for all over there.
So listen, man.
To me, this shit just don't make a lot of sense.
I was on a forum recently, expressing my thoughts on one of these smart websites that I be on, and tech websites, and they were talking about how niggas want to go to Blue Sky and this and that, and it's better over here, and the lies and the propaganda. I'm like, my nigga, if your timeline, I hear echo.
Me too.
I wonder where that came from. I don't know. It wasn't
sound like us.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was because I share screens or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I forgot where the fuck I was at.
He was finna rant about Blue Sky and the algorithm.
Oh yeah, nigga was talking about some Blue Sky shit. And I'm like, my nigga, them your friends and family. Like, everybody can go to any social media site. I don't think that one social media site is quote unquote bad or whatever because of who owns it per se. But I was explaining how on Twitter or X, I enjoy the community notes thing is because niggas, everybody can get together and be like, no, nigga, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember when 2016, 2015, where there was riots and not George Floyd, but this was like Mike Brown, and
Yeah.
remember that there was a shooting at some large crowd, and they had put a black man face on the internet like, yo, this the guy who did it. And then everybody was on Twitter like, no, that's not him. And they was posting pictures of who really did it. And they had to switch the narrative because the community was like, no, that's not what's going on. Remember they sent that little robot bomb to go blow a nigga up and shit? Like,
Yeah. We recorded right after that shit happened. I remember that.
I saw in real time what was going down on with Mike Brown, and how the internet and people from Palestine were showing people how to make gas masks out of like 2-liter bottles and shit, and cut them a certain way and put them bitches around. You know what I'm saying? Like what to do when you get tear gas, pour milk in your eyes and something. Like the community was coming together and like helping and assisting. This was before they switched up your timeline so they can hide things like that or whatever.
Yeah.
But community notes, I think, is a cool way. And Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan today talking about it more in detail. When Elon purchased Twitter, he released the Twitter files. People act like they don't know. Maybe you don't know. And they basically found out that Biden's administration and the United States government was censoring free speech, telling ban this person around COVID-19, ban this person, ban the doctor from John Hopkins because he doesn't clearly know what he's talking about. The 26-year-old fact checker knows what the truth is. They told him to ban stuff about Biden's his son's laptop or whatever, the laptop that didn't exist ever, but then the one I just gave him a pardon for, the information on it, right? So
You and this laptop thing, it bothers you.
It bothers me because it steered an election. Like quite literally, it changed in my opinion, it changed the trajectory of an election. But Zuckerberg got on Joe Rogan today and confirmed it. He said, yeah, nigga, they got on the phone. They yelled at me. They cussed at me. They told me who to block. And via the Twitter files, all that information came out. Then Elon fired half the people. You know what I'm saying? Fired half of the people at Twitter. Shit's still running. I don't know what y'all was doing because the app still worked. So if I can fire 60% of the staff and the app still worked.
Because I remember that the word was like at that time Twitter was losing so much money per day.
Advertising.
Yeah.
Saying,
and he came in
often.
Yeah, and he came in and like when you buy something new, you streamline it, you make it your own.
Yeah. But it's interesting. But you know, Zuck was on Joe Rogan today explaining everything that everybody said was a conspiracy and didn't happen, and this not really happening. Like the nigga who owned the network said, yeah, it happened. And because guess what? Because in 10 days or so, that regime is no longer in the White House. Oh, we going back to how shit used to be. They gonna actually let us get some shit off. So I think I think Instagram and Facebook is gonna be a little bit easier on the people now. It's gonna go back to how it was. You feel me? But
the good old days.
Yeah. But what was interesting to me though is the niggas that was on Blue Sky trying to explain why that's so much better. I was like, well, they got community notes where he's like, no, there's so much misinformation over there. Like, well, who's to say what's misinformation? If the community decides that, like, no, my nigga, that's not right. Like, you told a doctor from John Hopkins and deleted his account when he was talking about COVID. Nigga that spent 20 years after high school in medical schools and all the other stuff, and a 26-year-old nigga with some talking points gonna tell him that that's misinformation? That's crazy. So Zuck got some flack. I mean, he probably should get flack just in general, but there was like when he said I'm getting rid of fact checkers, I'm talking about the position, not actual people who check facts, because that's not what was going on. You couldn't mention, you say there was two genders, nigga, you getting your shit blocked. Like, nigga, that's not a fact. Community notes say
I
it is
mean, it's debatable. And
uh
it's crazy to say that it's debatable.
because it's not. You know what I'm saying? Your feelings are debatable. Like how you feel inside is
Yeah.
how you feel. I can't take that away from you. You know what I'm saying? If you feel however you feel, and nobody should take that away from you. But like, science is, science. It's repeatable. Like it's been
It's in books.
You've been repeating
It's
these
in
same two
books.
things
It's
for a long
with definitions and pictures and
time.
charts
Yeah,
and things that make sense.
yeah,
They
man.
can explain it. They can explain it clearly.
Do you have favorites or do you save stuff on Instagram with that little bookmark?
Yeah, I do.
Did you see that I made a bookmark for Shop Talk?
I did.
Do you don't use it?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes I do.
I just made it. So I mean, like when you see something that you think we should probably talk about on the pod, you can just
I get you. I get it. But you had stuff there and we hadn't discussed it. So go ahead and cook.
no, I'm about to go open it up and look at it. That's why it made me think about
you didn't announce it though. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't let me know.
I know
But I figured it out.
I thought because I named it like podcast topics, and I I figured
Figured it out. Yeah, I figured it out on my own. You're welcome.
Oh, there was a video I want to play. I want to get your thoughts on it. I know we said some shit earlier.
It's a reaction video?
Sort of, kind of. But it's somebody else reacting to the video, but most of the stuff I want, just listen.
I got a question. So I posted that I am a 44-year-old mother of 10, and I said their ages. What does it matter how many babies' fathers I have? What does that mean? I'm glad I didn't stick with one, because if I had one up baby daddy, then that means all my kids would have been up. And it's a reason why I have different, because when they start up, they gotta go. Or if they happen to go to jail, I'm not gonna sit there and wait. I have to do. If they were good to me, then yes, I might have waited. But other than that, no. If they was out cheating before they went to jail, then that's where they needed to be at, and that was my cue to get away. Other than that, I take care of my kids. I've been there. They know their dads. I have paperwork on all of them. And it still doesn't matter at the end of the day how many baby daddies I have. As long as, I didn't give my children up for adoption. I didn't make no family members keep them. Or none of that.
Hey, they be serious.
No, you can't help stupid in some cases. The number of baby daddies is definitely important to me because it tells me a lot about your decision making or lack thereof. Good decision making. I don't believe in that. We listen, we don't judge. I listen and I make my own motherfucking judgment about what I feel about what you said, and some of that shit don't sit well with me.
Let me ask you, Dane. If she had one child's father, but she still had 10 children, what would you move? How would you move forward? Would you move forward?
Number one, I'm still not interested.
You got 10 kids, my nigga. You're 44.
You've been making bad decisions for a long time.
Since you was 15, because you look like you got pregnant at 15. Now, I fuck around and found out like she got 2 sets of twins, 3 sets of triplets, or some shit like that. Who knows?
That's cool. But at some point in my life, I just say in my personal life, I woke up one day and I said, this is enough. I'm ready to stop. I've done enough. Father Abraham had many sons, and many sons had Father Abraham. And
I am not one point.
Yeah, and at this point, the plant is closed. I would hope for.
When do you think it became an issue for people to ask basic questions and want to investigate basic information?
So I am going to say something about people, and it may not sit well. Motherfuckers don't want to be accountable for the shit that they've done. And unfortunately, we see a lot of that lack of accountability from young people, from young black people, and a lot of it I see from young black women, but young black men are not, but black men are not exempt from that. People really don't want to be accountable or held accountable for their decisions or feel like they should be judged for their decisions. But your decisions show a pattern. And the best way to judge future performance is by past performance. And if you have a history of making, yes, there's anomalies to everything. People can change, you can grow, you can learn. You may not be the same person you was 20 years ago. Great. But typically we are our patterns. And once you start showing a pattern or you've shown a pattern of behavior that I am not comfortable with dealing with, I make my decision whether I want to continue to move forward and deal with the shit or not. And a woman with 10 kids is not, for me, the ideal candidate. The same way I may not be an ideal candidate for a woman when I come in with my number of children. And that's cool. We don't have to, we're not all supposed to get along because we not. We're not all made for each other because we not. Well, as for me in my house, I have no interest.
I mean, it matters, no, my nigga. Like, I'm curious. If I say I've been to jail 10 times, what's gonna be the next question?
For what?
Come on, my nigga. It's just simple.
So I can make a judgment of whether I want to continue whatever this is that we're doing. Because if you've been to jail 10 times for child molestation, you're not the type of person that I want around me. And that's a big difference. And I've been to jail 10 times for driving on a suspended license.
But that does tell me a lot about you. You feel me? Like,
absolutely. Absolutely.
It also will spark a conversation that be like, I know my license was expired, but I have to get to work because I have this, I got a mortgage and this. I can't afford to not go to work because whatever the case may be. Oh, I got more information. Let's proceed forward.
Still bad decision making.
For sure.
It still may be poor decision making. Because I'm guilty of that shit.
There is no way possible I am dealing with a woman with 3 baby daddies, unless I'm the third. like I guess 2 is the max. 1, I don't want to do that in the first place. By the way, I don't want 1 baby daddy. But it is what it is. Niggas be having kids and shit. So, but I prefer like the nigga in prison or not with us any longer, or
it's not involved.
Yeah.
I dated a woman that had 8 kids once.
Not interested. How many child?
You know her too. We used to work together.
8 children?
8 children.
Who had 8 kids? What's their initials?
SE.
I don't know who that is, and I don't want to think about it right now.
Okay, that's fine.
SE. I don't know. 8 kids? Good Lord.
8 children.
How many dead children? How many
2 fathers?
That's unfortunate, man.
2 with one, 6 with the other.
No, that nigga was 6. He wants you. I'm not involved in this. I don't want to be. A nigga kill me over you. I'm not doing it. 6 children?
Yeah.
Nah.
Once she has 6 with.
Fuck he do for a living? Like, don't answer that for real. But like, no,
Yeah.
What?
It was a job. It's like a good profession. It's a good profession. He'll never be out of work. But I guess when you have 6 children, you always need to be employed anyway.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not doing it. She like, when one of them start, if one go to jail, then another. You just plan for your children fathers to be in jail? Oh, you one of them.
That tells me what type of men you picking.
You one of them.
And that type of poor decision making, I just don't want to be involved with.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy, dog. No. Mm-mm. and was
It looked
mad.
like she might. Of course, she's mad. Because why? Why would you have the audacity to judge her life and her decisions? If she want to date with 10 kids, if she want, what do they call it, a high profile man with 10 kids, who are you to pass judgment on what she feels she deserved with her life?
Uh,
Dumb niggas.
yeah, and there was one other comment that was made this week on one of these social platforms, and a young lady um, had a shocking quote to me, and
We gonna call her a lady.
she said that black guys that were nerds in high school and got rejected by
Oh,
women
that one,
for
my
the
bad.
drug dealers need to get over it and date them now because they was victims and them older drug. She also, the person conflated 4 or 5 issues, by the way, because just because you sold drugs don't mean you were older. Niggas in high school sold drugs too, by the way. But she said for the nerds who got looked over in high school, y'all should get over it because y'all just like they was preyed upon, and niggas was 21 dating 16-year-olds, and we was victims. We got preyed upon. So give us a chance, or get over it. It's not fair. Whatever the case may be. To your point, nobody wants to take accountability for their own actions. If you said fuck that nigga, he lame as hell, I'm gonna go get with the nigga with the money. He is saying currently, fuck that bitch. She old as hell. 2 C-section scars and 4 baby daddies. No, they don't gotta do that. You got preferences, I got preferences. If a woman had questions about me, I can't be like, why do it matter? Why do it? It matters. And when they say, what was your last relationship? They asking for a reason. They want to know what's the
To
answer.
get a feel of what type of person you were.
I don't know
I
you.
don't.
You're a stranger, so I need to get to know something.
I don't have to be accepting of your past poor. I won't even call it poor decisions. I don't have to be accepting of your just past decisions because I decided to do something different. Uh, I was watching this clip on social media. I should have added it to the Shop Talk clips that we could pay. Where Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, I know she's been making her rounds around social media, where she was talking about she has cultivated a life where she's a 42-year-old successful black woman, never been pregnant, engaged, married, all of that, and that she wants to marry a black man that does not have children and is successful. And she says, I've cultivated my life. Nobody wakes up and say, "Ooh, today I want to be a baby mama. Ooh, today I want to be a baby daddy." She said, "I've made a concentrated effort to save myself to be someone's wife, and that I have a standard. I decided not to be a statistic." You can also make different choices and decisions with your life.
Yeah.
All of our lives are a compilation of the decisions that we make, good or bad. But at the end of the day, that is your life, and you have the choice to make whatever decision that you see fit for it. If you decide at 14, 15 to make a poor decision and continue to make poor decisions, I don't know, all the way into your 40s, that is your life. You decided to do those things. Nobody is responsible but you, and nobody has to deal with the outcome of those poor decisions but you.
Big facts. I've cultivated my life. I've been very intentional without having uh, children by some random woman. You feel me? Because I do want that shit to last. You feel me? Or like I don't want to raise no children and with like a stranger or no shit like that. And with situations where I see I just slipped up at, I'm like, I ain't gonna keep fucking with this motherfucker because I don't want this motherfucker to be my a child
I
mom.
feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really worth it. It's fun in the time, but like, this getting kind of like, no, I'm not doing it no
And
more.
and I do look at your life with a bit of admiration, like, because I don't know what it's like to live and just do for myself and not have to take care of nobody else. Like, you probably got a nice little change, nice, not counting your pockets, but your expendable income probably looks a little bit different than mine. You're not paying the same for health insurance for a family like I pay for mine. You can probably do, a few different things because you have made smart decisions. You know,
But
you're in your 40s, you're a homeowner,
that
and
don't mean that's assuming that I'm responsible in all aspects of my life, and I'm not. I'm irresponsible. Okay, I buy shit I shouldn't buy. You feel me? Like I can be definitely irresponsible sometimes. So I'm only nigga can't be responsible in everything. I'll be
I
irresponsible
feel you.
in other areas. You feel me? But hey, we only live this life, to my knowledge, one time. So,
But I just look at the life that you cultivated. At this age, like if you had a baby with just a rando nigga, that would be disappointing as fuck.
gotta be. I would
Because you
be.
survived this long, and then it's like, ah, nigga, I got drunk my birthday weekend and
To get a young
fucked a
baby
girl at the
like,
bar. Yeah.
like damn, let me slow down because this not. I'll be fucked up with this bitch. No, can't
You
do it.
don't want to be in your 40s and your first baby mother is 27.
I don't
She
mind.
gonna kill you.
I don't mind that.
She kind of young though, Jay. She kind of young.
I'm okay.
27 is kind of young.
Nah, 25 and under is young. 27, I'm all right with that. And it's a woman.
Okay.
Women mature differently. I'm cool with 27, but some of that shit is out of you by 27. Some of that shit out of you. You feel me? Like I get an idea of who the fuck you is, and if you're not who I already want you at 27, I'm not waiting. Like nah.
All right. Well,
25.
All right, let's just take it under the limit. She 23. And she 8 months pregnant with little baby Jason Johnson.
Well, if she 8 months pregnant, we're gonna make it work. It's nothing else, it's nothing for me to do at that point. You know what I'm saying?
She act like the baby mom on that Tyler Perry movie. Jason. You know, she giving you hell. She giving you hell.
I would never be that nigga. I would have a different understanding off top.
She said, if you don't wear that Burberry polo to this motherfucking baby shower, my uncles and my brothers, they're gonna jump your ass. She giving you that type of headache.
Anybody know me that you gonna get your uncles and your brothers killed, and that's a fact. Because
she coming up to your job and slashing your tires and throwing bricks through your windshield.
Yeah, that'll never happen. Again, that'll never
again.
But I mean, it's certain shit that just. I mean, I wouldn't let a woman like that get that close to me though in real life. You know what I'm saying?
No, like I said, you had too many Jamesons at the bar, and you just took a stranger to the Red Roof Inn one night without protection.
I would not. That's
and
just,
now y'all parents.
When we talk about discipline and shit like that, I'm not doing that. I'm definitely doing that. Can't do it. She can give you some top. But that's about it. I might gonna do that. But definitely not hitting no. And if I can't finesse that out of the situation, it wasn't meant to be because I don't care. I low key, I be seeing motherfuckers. So like in real life, I be passing up bitches like I got a whole stack of them over here. Just chill. I'm like, nigga, I didn't do nothing this weekend, but like I'm avoiding motherfuckers like I had like my shit was just full. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be bothered.
It's like 12 hours on Sunday.
Oh shit! I was supposed to see somebody on Sunday. I never called. And responded.
Too busy watching the game and not doing shit.
I literally didn't do nothing the whole entire day, my nigga, until the game came home. I didn't leave out the fucking house. They text me next day, like, I guess you was busy on Sunday. I never responded back. I should have. I never responded back. That's fucked up.
So I hate getting texts like that because my actions showed you that I was too busy. They showed you.
The person ain't do nothing wrong. Like, I just don't want to be bothered.
No, and that's fine. Maybe they didn't do nothing wrong, but I don't want to hear that smart ass comment. My action showed I was busy on Sunday. I was busy watching the Lions and eating Jets.
Well, you know what? Good, bad, or indifferent. Like when it's relatively new, I don't really owe you no conversation or deep explanation. Like you're still kind of a stranger. So like,
might not even talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how shit goes. Yeah, you know how shit goes.
I would probably feel bad if I was like entertaining others, but I was just like I just didn't want to be bothered, nigga. So I don't know, man. Oh well. I guess that's how I maintain. Yeah. Anywho, man, you got a music pick this week, dog.
Yeah, that's why I was picking the phone up because I know when I grab and go into my phone, I'm off the camera. And you all tried to admonish me about that on Sunday during the power hour. Shout out to the PCC. My music pick of the week, Nick Varsity just dropped another
Dropped another I don't know. They may have dropped out. But Nick Varsity did drop another project, and I took a listen. Let me see what it's called. The Highest Cloth. Yeah, Nick Varsity dropped The Highest Cloth. Five joints, 12 minutes, little EP, dropped on the 7th. And it's super dope. I don't know where Dane went. I see him down there, but he probably talking and don't understand that we can't hear him. But he's back in now. You back with us now, Dane?
Huh?
Okay, we back. Back in the.
Okay, y'all couldn't hear nothing I was saying about the music pick.
Nothing.
Okay, it's Nick Varsity and Smitty Boy, TNFWU. The acronym is They Not Fucking With Us. It's already on the Shop Talk podcast playlist. Shout out to Nick Varsity, continuing to be the legacy artist that he is and putting out a catalog artist, I believe is what Nick called himself. Extending that catalog of good shit. Shout out to Nick Cousin, our homeboy Nelson Sanders of Dandy. Nelson has a stand down of him. It's like a stand-up poster of himself down at the auto show. So if you're down at the auto show and you see a standing poster of a handsome, tall, light-skinned, well-dressed man perched up against what appears to be his deuce and a quarter, that's the homie Nelson Sanders of Dandy. If you want to get fresh, go see our homie and support him and his brand.
Yeah, my whose man's this was the Nate Dogg nigga. I don't know if that's his son or not, but
what's the nigga's name?
I don't fucking know. Okay. The song was weak, so like if
stay away from that music.
If you would have had a bop, maybe niggas would have gave you a pass, but that shit was weak and the video was weak. It was a cell phone video, my nigga. Do something better with your dad's name and legacy. You feel me?
Even if it was a bop, I don't know if I could have gave it a pass. Read the motherfucking room, Nate Dogg's son.
Yeah, for sure.
Read the fucking room. Nate Dogg would have told you better.
Yeah, I think so. All right, man. Time for the Benny, dog.
Hey, yo, it's your man Dame Gone Wild. 3 underscores on everything that matters. At me, talk to me, DM me. You are talking to me, and I will talk to you back. The blue and the black is going to be in the background again real soon. Don't know quite yet where we landing, but we're going to land somewhere soon. But anytime you see Jay and Dame, you just know it's quality content coming out wherever we at. Whether I'm on the casting couch and Jay at the crib, you know, it's still Shop Talk Podcast all day. Tap the fuck in. The brand is strong. PCC Power Hour every Sunday. We committing to it in 2025. We dropped an episode last Sunday. You can follow it on the YouTube page. New episode to come this Sunday.
Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Episode 456. We ain't going nowhere. You feel me? When you see the blue and the black, you know where you at. Shop Talk Podcast. Get down, lay down. I'm not saying we're the Rockefeller podcast, but we are Jay and Dame.
Hell yeah.
Peace.